Cheers.
Cheers.
Tasty. Actually, you know what? This is, I've tried to get nigori sake. Since that time I had nigori sake that was really good.
Yeah.
Couldn't find this tastes like that.
Yeah.
This is
So,
good.
I mean, this is like, I think this is like almost brand new.
Yeah.
As far as
It
like
tastes
sake.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I want to say it was made like just this past summer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is from my father-in-law.
Thank you for the sake gift.
He picked it up in Oita, and this is so this sake was made if I remember right, it was right by the airport in Oita airport.
Right by the airport, so it's
Yeah.
got the nice airplane fumes in
Nice
it.
airplane fumes in it.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, if you ever go down to Oita, like
Mhm.
Oita airport is like literally in the middle of nowhere. It's like
Nishinoseki.
surrounded by farmland.
Yeah.
It's really far away from like Beppu and
I like
Oita City.
I like the name Nishinoseki.
Yeah.
And dude, this is pretty high on the alcohol. This is like 19 though. This is
You
19%.
you can taste it too.
Yeah, you can taste it. So I'm glad we had a nice meal before this.
Yeah.
And we're probably still gonna get messed up by the end, but
Oh yeah, probably.
But thank you, Austin's father-in-law, for giving us this. Like I said, I've had nigori sake before.
Yeah.
And there was this one time it had such a nice toasty taste to it, and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
But this one does. So if you guys have any other nice toasty sakes that you like, we have a send us sake link in the description. You can send it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like them all.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely have our preferences, but you send us stuff, we will drink it.
Yeah,
I promise.
Personally, I would like to see I would like to get sake from people's like hometowns, like the local
I do
sake.
too. Because it's like, look, I mean, there's some unique flavors that you can get about sake around Japan, but for me, I really like knowing about the area because this is gonna sound really lame and like really cliche, but like I like to imagine the town when I'm drinking the sake.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
you're there kind of. Yeah. But also like I feel like you can get kind of a sense of the philosophy of the area from that, you know?
Yeah.
So, but we're not talking about sake today. We are talking about
your kid's not going to school.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about this because I remember when I first
I gotta interrupt. I'm not talking about Arthur's kids. I'm talking about people in Japan.
Yeah, right. Was it Futoko, I think you call it in Japanese? Yeah. And I think that's pretty cool though, because it's toko, which means you're climbing to school. Like to go to school, it's like toko means you climb to school, you know? I remember the first time I had a student who said that their kid was not going to school.
Yeah.
I kind of freaked out a little bit because it's such a serious problem in the States. Like
it's illegal. You as a parent can get arrested for not sending your kid to school.
Yeah, and I just remember them saying their kid refuses to go to school, and I said, "Oh man, this is so bad. What are you doing to fix that?" And she said, nothing. I'm just waiting for them to want to go back to school again."
Yeah.
And I was like, that's like, to me, that was like saying your child just ingested poison. You're like, I'm waiting for it to go through their system, you know?
Yeah, honestly, it's like as a teacher, it's a really hard concept for me to really embrace because your kids, like, who cares about studies? Okay, who cares about it? Like people focus way too much on like what your kids learn. Look, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not saying study's not important, but it's not. I wouldn't even put it in the top 3 reasons.
The main
why
purpose of school is not to learn.
Yes. Yeah. Completely agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The main reason your kid is going to school is teaching them how to function in society.
Socialization.
Yes. And in addition to socialization, being able to complete tasks in a like a public environment.
Yeah.
Right. Like the tasks, like how well the tasks are done, if I'm being honest, don't really matter as much as just being able to do them.
Yeah. Right.
And being present. And so being present is number 3 on the reason to go to school. Going to school is more important than learning.
Yeah, right.
Straight up. Like, and so like when it's so common though, because here in Japan, so first of all, high school is not considered a mandatory school.
Really?
Yes.
It's not considered well,
Nope.
so in the States, it's
It
mandatory
is.
until you're 16 though, right?
Yeah, I don't know the laws too much in the
Okay,
US, but
okay.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think you're required to attend high school until 16.
Yeah, right.
But I know here in Japan,
Mhm.
high school is completely optional.
Really?
Now, when I say it's completely optional, the statistic of people who move on to high school is like 98% in Japan.
Right.
Basically, everybody goes through high school here, but it's completely optional.
Yeah.
Junior high, however, isn't.
Mhm.
It's mandatory. The thing that really confuses me, though, is because all across Japan, the grading and attendance system is rigid and super strict in high school.
Yeah.
But in junior high, if you just don't show up 6 months out of the year, it's
right.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that just blows my mind. Like, I have kids, and this isn't even unique to the school I'm attending to right now, but in my previous school, I would have kids that like literally 9 months out of the year, I don't see them.
Yeah.
And then like after New Year's, they show up in like mid-January or there till the end of the year, and then they move on to the next grade.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
Right.
What?
Yeah, it's so weird because, in the States, if you don't so it's funny because in the States, there's a huge homeschool culture.
Yeah.
Especially, it's getting more now because of stuff in the States, but like, especially coming from like a Christian background, I know many people who are homeschooled. And in the States, you have to show that your kids are going to school or they're getting an equivalent education somehow. You can't just take them out of school.
Yeah.
So like this whole kind of thing about kids not going to school in Japan doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like I just remember thinking, because after that one student, I met other students who were like that too.
Yeah.
And they were like, all the moms were basically saying, yeah, my kid doesn't want to school, so I'm just spending time with them until they want to go to school. Maybe they don't like the bullies. I'm thinking, like, if you were in the States, your mom would say, hey, I know you're getting bullied, but go to school. I'm going to kick you out of the house if you don't go to school.
I mean, a lot of parents in the US follow like a philosophy of like, you better be sick or dying, or else you're going to school. I don't care how sad you feel.
Like, how many times did you pretend to be sick to not go to school?
Dude,
and your mom
like all the time.
Yeah, but
like every kid did.
Yeah, I know, me too. But I would say like 8 out of the 10 times my mom made me go to school.
I tried so many times when I was a kid. Like, I would try everything. I remember one time, like, my mom gave me a thermometer, and I remember, like, sneaking into the bathroom with the hairdryer, trying to get, like, the thermometer to go up to show it out a fever.
Yeah.
And then, like, I remember my mom saw the thermometer and, like, just felt my forehead, and she's like, oh, you don't have a fever, you're fine. And I was like, God damn.
Yeah, I remember one time, because I didn't want to go to school, I pretended to throw up. So like what I did was I snuck like a cup into the bathroom, and like I remember I filled up the cup and I just went bleh, and I poured like the water down in the toilet so you could hear it go down, but then there was no smell.
Yeah.
So my mom was like, Arthur, stop lying. You're going to school.
Yeah. No, dude, I feel like that's such a like universal memory of like really accentuating like the throw up sounds as a kid, like, oh, mom, I feel so sick.
Yeah.
And it's like your parents just see through it every time, right?
And it was so funny. I was like, man, mom, I feel sick. And she's like, oh, that's fine. Your face looks like rosy colored and red. It doesn't look white at all. And I was like, oh, crap. Okay, how do I get my face white? That's like the thing I couldn't overcome, Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just so crazy to me here that it's like, you'll literally see multiple situations where a kid just stops coming to school, and it's so detrimental to their ability to socialize. Because here's the thing, like, you miss a day or two of school, there's no big deal.
Yeah.
Right? It's whatever. Right? Honestly, what you were probably learning, once again, I'm going to just be honest, like, studying is not a big deal.
Yeah.
You can do it anytime. You can catch up at any time.
Yeah.
And that is what it is.
Yeah.
And honestly, you're probably just going to learn it at Juku anyway. Let's be real.
Hey guys,
if you've watched this far, you're going to love our Austin and Arthur friends.
In the Austin and Arthur friends, you're going to really improve your English listening, and I mean a lot. As a friend of ours, you will get each episode ahead of time with no ads, so you can watch before anyone else. But not just that, you can ask us questions or leave comments, and we will make a special video each week answering questions and responding to comments. These videos will not be released publicly. They are for friends, members only. It's a great way for you to ask our opinions directly and for us to respond directly. You'll also get listening practice questions and answers that you can check. Answers are for friends, members only. Oh, and anaume mondai mo desu ne. So you can check your listening. But not just that, for each episode, you'll get a list of native phrases we said from the video, along with practice sentences and pronunciation practice to help your speaking as well. You'll also get access to a members-only community where you can talk with us, the both of us. Mainly me, right?
No, definitely not.
This is a great way to support our show, but also get closer to us and improve your English as well. For more information, click on the link in the description box, the gayorang, or go to our website, austinandarthur.com. Right.
But when you're gone for like a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're missing out on this really critical like scaffolding.
Yeah.
That is going to prepare you for social situations in the following year, right? Junior high social life is all about scaffolding into being able to survive social life in high school.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you start to learn about cliques, because the thing is, like, back when you're like in elementary school, there's not really cliques. Everyone just kind of like, obviously you have friends, but you, like, anyone can just kind of play with anybody. You can like move in and out of groups really easily. But junior high is like that stops.
Yeah.
Right. It's like you get characterized and categorized into something.
Yeah.
Whether you want to or not, that happens. And you can either embrace it or you can resist.
Yeah.
And if you're gone for an extended period of time, you don't have that like build up to be able to mentally cope with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I think we should kind of talk a little bit about homeschool kids in the States, because so in America, particularly religious people, they see that the public school system is Satan. We gotta get rid of that satanic influence, and we gotta...
They're feeding my kids gay propaganda.
Yeah.
My kids are gonna come out homosexual.
Pretty much. But yeah, so a lot of parents, what they do is then they'll do like a homeschool program. And to be fair, I feel like homeschooling in America has developed a lot more, where there are like homeschooling groups where you socialize. But I think when we were younger, it wasn't
there used to be a huge stigma, and there still is a huge stigma on homeschooling, that it's all just a bunch of like country bumpkins or like, you know, middle class Karens that think they know better than their teacher.
Yeah.
And they're usually hyper religious. And so a lot of that stigma around homeschooling, I think you definitely see it, because like, I don't know about you, but I've met people who have been homeschooled.
Yeah.
And they just come off as so annoyingly awkward.
Yeah.
Where it's just like I wouldn't even say it's robotic. It's like you talk to these people and they literally, it's like waiting for like a computer from the 90s to come up with a response.
Yeah.
Where it's like processing.
Yeah. Well, it's you know, because like in the States, you know, at least for our generation, like calling someone a homeschool kid was an insult.
It was an insult.
Oh yeah, you're a homeschool kid.
Absolutely, it was an insult.
Yeah, because it means you're socially awkward. You don't know how to interact with people your own age.
Yeah.
Because when you're in a homeschool environment, you're with your parents.
Yeah.
And they will accept you. Well, I mean, not necessarily, but
ideally.
Yeah. And they're a lot more forgiving than the real world out there, right?
Yeah.
And so people never learn appropriate ways of interacting with people.
Yeah.
And so you just get super annoying kids.
Yeah.
That just don't know.
No, it's so true.
Yeah.
However, like you had mentioned earlier, I think that stigma is more or less kind of basically gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure kids like that still exist, but like I remember my sister um when her kids came of age, she
Came of age
mentioned
is how old?
yeah, like 5, 6, right? Enter school
Okay.
age, right? Um when they got around that age, she announced that she wanted to homeschool. And she got a lot of pushback in my family because of that stigma.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh my god, you're homeschooling your kids? Like, you're gonna ruin them. They're gonna be totally incapable of, like, socializing." And that's not the case. They're super like, if you go and talk to them today, they're totally fine, totally normal,
Yeah.
like, really educated. And the reason why is because like you said, what a lot of homeschooling parents will do nowadays is they don't have the smugness of thinking like, I know better.
Yeah.
I can do it better than a licensed teacher who's like spent their whole life becoming a professional at this job. Instead, we're gonna get people together. We're going to hire a teacher and come teach in like this group, and it's usually going to be like neighborhood kids or like kids in their community, maybe from church or something. And a lot of the time, it ends up being like that, where you know, you have a person who knows what they're doing, teaching the kids, and they're learning in an environment with other kids. It's not just like them and their little sister or little brother, right? So that I honestly, I don't think that's a bad thing at all.
No. I mean, that's I think especially with the advent of the internet, that made things connection became a lot easier. Whereas before, you were really completely isolated.
Yeah,
and that's the issue with the kids, who don't go to school here is they're isolating themselves, and maybe they do interact with kids or something like that. But from what I've heard from the mothers who talk about it, no, they just kind of stay at home and watch videos or whatever.
Yeah, I think, it's kind of interesting because I don't know if this is 100% true, but I feel like it probably is, but you can see like the pathway of like hikikomori.
Yeah.
And I feel like it kind of starts with this kind of behavior, right?
Yeah.
And we've talked about people who are shut-ins here in Japan because it is a problem here, right?
Yeah.
And it's always been a really interesting conversation topic that how at least initially how accepting families are of it. Right? I think every family, even here in Japan, kind of reaches a boiling point where they're just like, no, this is not good behavior, and you need to get help.
Yeah, but by that time,
it's like, right. So it's just it's so crazy seeing like so many parents just being okay with their kid just kind of shutting themselves out.
Yeah, I think this kind of goes back to we talked about how in the United States people tend to be more moralistic. Bless you. Bless you. Yeah. Gesundheit. Yeah. So we we talked about how people in America tend to be more moralistic, where they have an idea of what's right and what's wrong.
Yeah.
And if you do something that's seen as wrong, they try to correct you into that. So that means when there's a problem, you try to fix it. Whereas I think people here are a lot more evasive, and they just withdraw, and that's an acceptable response because that response does not create conflict or confrontation. That's a way to maintain peace. And so, because people never confront the problems, they never get fixed. Whereas you and me, we have a thing of, if there's a problem, let's try to fix it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to know how we can really fix this issue, because like I'll give you one reason why I think it's a little bit more brutal here in Japan, so I can kind of see where people are coming from. Like, social status matters so much more in Japan than it does in America, because here's the thing, like I see a lot of bullying happen. Like,
bullying.
Bullying.
It almost sounded like you said bowling.
I know.
Bullying.
Thank you, Sensei.
You're welcome. I'm here to. I'm your pronunciation coach.
Yeah.
I'll help you talk about paking a can and have it yet.
You just don't understand the the West Coast accent.
Ah, whatever, man. That's not West Coast. That's the Austin coast.
I see a lot of bullying happen. That I was just bullied because of my pronunciation of bullying.
A plus.
But yeah, so I see a lot of bullying happen here.
Mm-hmm.
And I think in American culture, bullying still exists, but there's a lot of like rebelliousness
Mm-hmm.
in social status in the US. It's like you can either be the person who's like completely absorbed in social circles and stuff in the US, but it's also like we have a huge thriving culture of just being like, no, screw you, establishment. Like goth culture, emo, like all those things are just like all anti-establishment.
And like the awkward thing, though, not the awkward thing, but kind of the surprising thing, I think, is that when you get to the upper echelons of both, they kind of like see eye to eye and they treat each other. Like if someone's a lower status one, you'll look down on them. But if you're like the top of the goths, you're talking to the top of the preps.
Yeah,
it's like, oh. Yeah, I respect you.
Yeah, no, that is funny. And but my point is, like, here in Japan, everybody has school uniforms.
Yeah,
right. And the concept of school uniforms and whether or not you should have them has been talked to death. There's that is like the one debate topic that like Japanese students learn is like debating uniforms.
Can I just say how wild it is that people choose like their kindergartens or their elementary schools based on the uniforms. They're like, yeah, it's okay. I just want my kid to have a nice uniform, so I'm going to choose this school.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like one of like, sometimes you get the women who are like, I want to marry like a foreigner so I can have cute babies.
Yeah. But I will say though, like, you know, cute uniforms or whatever, but man, when you have an ugly uniform, I wouldn't want to go to school every day wearing that. When you're uniform, you're just like, no, this sucks. This really sucks.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But yeah, so like we have uniforms here in Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the ways that a person can express themselves at school here is just really limited.
Yeah.
And so what that ends up manifesting as is social status.
Yeah.
Right? How a person is perceived here in school, what they do, who they hang out with, a lot of that is manifested because they don't really have anywhere else that they can really like demonstrate individuality. Because, you know, everyone says Japanese people aren't individualists, but that's not true.
Yeah.
Like people express themselves here. You just have to understand how.
Yeah.
But it's such a problem when they're not coming to school, right? So now they have no ability to express themselves, and all that just gets bottled up and turns into depression, and it becomes harder for them to return back into society after that. Because it's like, well, I've got nothing, so how am I supposed to show up with this?
Yeah, you know, it's funny you talk about that because, like, I remember, so there's a couple of things that brought to mind is, I remember hearing somewhere like in the Edo-period in Japan, you know, the shogunate, like they really wanted to keep the caste system, so they legalized the type of clothes each caste member could wear.
Okay.
And so like if you were part of the merchant class, you couldn't wear any sort of like gaudy or flashy clothes. So what they would do is they would have really plain clothes on the outside, but on the inside it would be really clean.
Look at my golden lining.
You know, seriously. No, but what's funny is because I remember like coming
That's hilarious.
I remember coming to Japan and thinking, why are the fringes of the cuffs and the collars a different color? Like it's like this purple or this red or something.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, because you have to wear a white shirt for work. But if it's just the fringes, it doesn't count. You know? And so like, so you have that.
Dude,
and then,
that is so hilarious.
But then also like in, I think in the African American community in New York in the 80s, when, you know, people lived in those tenement houses and stuff like that, whatever, you know, their houses were really crappy. They didn't really have much to show for it. So the way that they expressed themselves was in their clothes. And that's why a lot of hip hop fashion is really flashy, is because that was their only real true mode of self-expression.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that in Japan too.
That's interesting.
You know? But yeah,
it's you know, sorry to interrupt, but it's just crazy because Japan has like really fully embraced hip hop culture. like in
Yeah.
terms of like fashion.
Yeah.
Japan loves hip hop fashion.
I want to know,
Yeah.
how can they get their baggy hoodies to be baggy in the perfect way every time?
I don't know.
Like, because, when originally people wore baggy hoodies because they were the clothes that their older siblings had.
Yeah.
And they were hand-me-downs. You'd wear them until you were too big for them. That's why they're big.
Yeah.
But even now, even the people who are dressing for fashion, they're still kind of like a little dirty or they're kind of messed up. But in Japan, it's like perfect, immaculate. It's like Disneyland. It's too clean. It doesn't feel real because it's too clean. But how does it happen, man?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about how white kids don't go to school and how that's bad, but yeah, it's just I feel like one of the reasons too why kids don't go to school is because like you said, the social hierarchy, the social pressure is really high.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to deal with that.
Yeah. And it's a hard conversation to have because you can't just go up to a person's parent and explain this to them like, hey, your kid's not coming to school because they feel too much social pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time you have a conversation, they'll be like, oh, so-and-so's just, they had a fight with their friend in the classroom and they're just feeling a little sad and they just need a little time to recover from it. And it's like, you don't understand the damage that you're doing to your kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to, like part of growing up and like, especially being a teenager is just falling flat on your face, failing or getting ridiculed in public and being a strong enough person to just get up, get back on the horse and move on with your life, right? Mm-hmm. Like that is so crucial for a person to experience. Mm-hmm. We've talked about mental health a few times on the channel, right? And everybody who lives here in Japan has either gone through or experienced someone close to them or experienced a coworker having a complete mental breakdown at work. Mm-hmm. And it's such a common thing here. Yeah. Where does that originate from? Mm-hmm. Their time as a kid. Yeah. Right? They had a similar experience. They had a similar problem that broke them down. And instead of coping with it and kind of, getting yourself back together and just pushing forward, what happened? Well, they stayed home. Maybe they transferred schools at the end of the year. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it just kind of all got swept under the rug. Yeah. Right? And it's, man, it's such a problem. It really is.
Well, I'd be kind of curious to hear what our viewers or listeners think about this problem. Because, especially because we get a decent amount of people who lived or are living or have spent time in the United States. Yeah. Yeah. So, I would love to hear what you guys think about that. And let us know if you think Austin's full of crap, because I know he's full of crap, but I can't say that on the channel because then it'd just be the Arthur show and no one wants to just listen to me. So anyways, man, I'll see you next time.